How come the ancient buildings never used to be square? But in modern times, almost every building is square. You live in a square home with square windows. When you are home, you turn on your square TV or you look at your square phone. When you go outside, you see square buildings. What is it with all of these squares around us? Observing the ancient structures, they never used to build square rooms or square buildings. You will also never see a square in nature. Well, did you know what you see creates your perception of reality? What you take in visually is quite literally shaping and molding your mind. In geometry, the square is the most limited shape, and it is the most simplest shape. Maybe this is done on purpose to lower our mind's potential so that we can be simple. The ancients never built in squares because they understood how energy works. They built pointed roofs so that all of the energy can escape at a singular point. Cubed rooms trap energy. All of our arguments and emotional energy is stuck within the of our cubed rooms. If you've watched this far, make sure to comment history.
Oh my days. Oh my Diddy. They are rubbing it in our faces. They have to tell you what they're doing. It's a part of their code. So when you ask me, where's the evidence of this previous civilization? It's hiding in plain sight. So there's a few things that they like to do to hide the buildings of this previous civilization. They'll knock it down, blow it up with dynamite, set it on fire, repurpose it into a library, post office, bank, church, mosque, or state capitol building. But sometimes they'll just cover it with plasterwall. Who knew that many of these buildings have just been bricked over and covered up? And before you start saying this is normal and it's just the foundation of the building, it's not. Because you can clearly see the patterns and the original design. Building renovation unveils the past. And what they're trying to hide is that these buildings were built by the Tartarians and the Moors.
Chickasaw to Tuscarora, which is actually Cherokee, you know what I'm saying? That all these tribes came forth from the Washita. It is documented how the Washita are recognized in the UN as the oldest indigenous people on Earth. If they recognize you like that in the UN, you know what I'm saying? what information did the emperors bring to them in order to verify that they actually have on their roster Washita Dita Demania, the oldest indigenous people on Earth. That takes you right back to what Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. You know what I'm saying? That the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of planet Earth, father, civilization, God of the universe. So that takes you right back to that first particular, you know what I'm saying, stance. You know, so that takes us back to that we are the oldest here. It's been verified through archaeology, through paleontology, through history. It's just been explained and exposed.
Does this really look like progression to you? Does it suggest that we're the peak of human civilization? Or have we in fact massively regressed and replaced architecture which not only served as works of art, but were comprised of geometric perfection, with large, brutalist boxes that we see today, perhaps purposely designed to demoralize us and stunt our creativity? Because the old world buildings may have been more than just pleasing on the eye. They could have been serving a practical function and being connected to an entirely different energy grid than what we use today. This could have been ether energy channeled from the Earth's atmosphere, an energy source that Nikola Tesla may have rediscovered before being sabotaged by JP Morgan and other elites of the times, rendering us stuck in this present dystopia.
I've said it 98 times before, and I'll say it again. I am a Tartarianist. And as a Tartarianist, I have to ask the question nobody else will. Where did they go? We've spent this entire series proving that Tartaria was real. The architecture, the technology, the cover-ups. But the biggest mystery isn't just what happened to them, it's why they disappeared and where they went. Because here's the thing. Tartarian buildings don't make sense in the world they claim existed. No kitchens, no bathrooms, no plumbing. Massive domes, towers, spires, designed not for decoration, but for energy transmission. Structures that look like circuit boards from above. And the deeper you go, the clearer it becomes. The Tartarians weren't like us. I am a Tartarianist, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the world we live in today is a poor imitation of what it once was. Tartarians harnessed etheric energy, not just as a power source, but as a way of life, maybe even as a way of existence. And then one day they were gone. But gone where? I am a Tartarianist, and I believe the biggest cover-up isn't just that Tartaria was erased, but that they ascended. Just think about it. Why would a civilization so advanced, so in tune with energy, simply vanish? Ancient texts speak of civilizations that crossed the veil into higher realms. The Hopi, the Vedas, even the Sumerians all hint at beings who left when the world was reset. What if the Great Reset wasn't just about erasing history, but severing our connection to who we once were? I am a Tartarianist, and I see the pattern. Every reset, every mud flood, every war, every rewritten history, it wasn't just about burying Tartaria. It was about burying the truth that humanity was once more than this. But if they left, can we get back? That's what they don't want us to know, and that's the final piece of the puzzle. And next up, in part 100, we answer the biggest question of all. Fuck what they told you. I'm about to wrap this up in episode 100 of the series. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Mr. 76 signing out.
at those spires. Gold all the way to the tip.
They're dazzling in the sunshine. Chicago's never looked like this before.
Whole new world out here, isn't it?
Tartaria in full bloom.
Look at those spires, gold all the way to the tip.
And now the ceiling's painted like the night sky. It's breathtaking.
Feels like stepping into another world.
A whole universe under one roof.
Black people was already here. That's a bald-faced lie. He didn't discover no America. And the ship got in troubled water. And them black men was already here. The black people was already here. So they went out in that ocean and rescued Columbus off that ship. But they didn't have no knowledge, no learning or nothing. And then he came here and he put him into slavery. It saved his life. But he's a bald-faced lie when he said he discovered America. That's a bald-faced lie. If my black relative didn't went out there and to rescue his butt, when that the turbulence was tearing up them ships, he wouldn't have been here. So black people didn't know. All they knew was living off the land, and they didn't know how to fight for themselves.
Right.
He put the black people into slavery. And the big old giant. My grandfather was tall, and he wasn't afraid of nothing, nobody, white or black, short or tall, fat or thin. He wasn't afraid of nothing.
What was your grandfather's name?
John Jordan. Everybody call him Johnny. John Jordan. Put the black people into slavery, and they got tight, and they fought their way out. They fought their way out of what he was.
Who are the Atacapa? Indigenous to America's Gulf of Mexico, Texas, and Louisiana specifically. Atacapa call themselves Ishak, which means the people Dr. J.O. Dyer studied the tribe and stated the Atacapa were dark-skinned. 1756, the French established a trading post in Louisiana and named it after the tribe. Not too much was written about the Atacapas after United States acquired their land through the Louisiana Purchase. 1908, 9 Atacapa descendants were identified. The tribe today is no longer. Creek freedmen are fighting to regain citizenship.
Gold on my crown, gold on my robe, every step heavy like I'm dragging a load. 100 camels in the caravan shining, each one stacked with the brick.
Yo, young king from the Nile, I was crowned with a mask and a curse and a file. Sand in my veins, got the gods in the dial. When I step on a stone, it crack like a trowel. Gold on my neck, but the blood in my heart still black like the night when the priest took the charge.
Yo, sand in my veins, I was born from the Nile. Green skin gleam like the gold on my crown. If an enemy move, I raise him in style. Send him back to the ground where the jackals prowl. Sun got stepping, I light up the dunes. Tombs in my name, got a legacy.
Listen close, Sheba on deck, crown heavy in the throne, ain't safe for the fate. Gold on my chest, sweat on my face, every jewel in its place when I step in the fray. They whisper my name but won't say it out loud. I'm the queen of Sheba, I rule with a crowd. Desert born, I move like
sun on my crown, still the night feel cold. Priest of 18 with a heart of gold. Sending my sandals, but the steps still royal. Born from the Nile, I'm the heir to his soil. Enemies whisper, I move like a shadow. Razor the act and gon' burn them hollow linen.
Yo, name ring bells from the Nile to the heights. Brown skin crowned in a torchlit night. Nefertiti say it loud, yo, queen of the south side stands I ride. Line of a pharaoh, blood of a warrior. Gold in my collar, but grit in my aura. Nubian heart can't clone this path.
Yo, I cradle a star in my palms. To the desert stay calm when the night get loud. Sand underfoot, got the cosmos around. I be talking to the sky and it answer me proud. Solar upstart, Nubian bloodline. Crown rap, never bow to the skyline.
Lioness breath, I exhale heat. Gold skin gleam like a dawn in the street. Step with the crown and the serpent of flame. Every stride feel the ground in defeat. Sun in my veins, red in my robe. I was forged where the desert wind rose. Eyes of a furnace, they...
When you say and new, they go, who? And who? Who's and new? They go back to Samaria. And because they never got a good grasp on Sumerian doctrine, they go, I don't understand. You said, what's the new? You say, well, new, you know, the Most High. Oh, the Most High God? No. And so when you say the Most High God, oh, I see, okay. It's God, it's a religious thing, all right. The reason why the elders gave you a word that they didn't know is because they're not supposed to know unless they ask you. And now the problem comes in with when they ask you, how do you answer? Are you going to answer correctly? Or are you going to go off because you're still mad because of the Islamic influence and the revolutionary of the 60s, so you still want to blame everything on white people? So you gonna go back, we the New Orleans more, we the, us black folks are 9 East or the, are you gonna get out there, your father, understand your teaching and tell people. You know what I'm saying? We are an answer to your problem. You know what I'm saying? You look in this room, like I said, this hip-hop is sitting up in this room that gave up hip-hop, not the music, but the culture, to find their way to the Waffle for a better thing. You know what I'm saying?
We are from America, not Africa. This is a statue of a Florida indigenous chief.
Unofficially started fighting the Moors in South Florida. Okay?
Oh, so we went in, took over, and then we're like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a lot of gold here, and now it's the richest city out there.
Yes.
Whoa! Went there and killed everybody, is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They went there, killed everything, transferred the wealth to essentially the white people, the new white people, and that's all there is to the story, really.
There has been a giant psyop against the black community, this victimhood put on them, that they all came here in a fucking boat, defeated, and turned into slaves, right? When in reality, they discovered America and were here before a lot of people.
There were no Indians here when Christopher Columbus got here. There were people from Africa who had been here for over 10,000 years before Christopher Columbus was born. It's time for us to teach our children the truth.
I am Africa. I am a place. I am a state of mind. Hundreds of years ago, my children lived free. We had our skirmishes within my shores, even small wars that did not disturb my great and sprawling land. We were not perfect, but we never lift our shores to seek to destroy or rob any other culture or people, to steal the fruit of their land or mines and leave the land and people ravaged. Nor did we seek to steal any people's love of themselves, nor tell other people they were ignorant savages and inferior while we were superior, as the white ones said to us. They lied so much and long they began to believe it themselves. They cried God with their mouths while holding a knife in one hand and a gun in the other, slicing and firing at vibrant life. They also brought with them other diseases, including endless greed, envy, and hate. Our nations changed. They killed for land, women, or gold, spreading their savageness to all others. And now they have influenced others. Anathema. Enough. How do we repay our debt to black people? I really want white people to think about it.
How come the ancient buildings never used to be square, but in modern times, almost every building is square? You live in a square home with square windows. When you are home, you turn on your square TV or you look at your square phone. When you go outside, you see square buildings. What is it with all of these squares around us? Observing the ancient structures, they never used to build square rooms or square buildings. You will also never see a square in nature. Well, did you know what you see creates your perception of reality? What you take in visually is quite literally shaping and molding your mind. In geometry, the square is the most limited shape, and it is the most simplest shape. Maybe this is done on purpose to lower our mind's potential so that we can be simple. The ancients never built in squares because they understood how energy works. They built pointed roofs so that all of the energy can escape at a singular point. Cubed rooms trap energy. All of our arguments and emotional energy is stuck within the of our cubed rooms. If you've watched this far, make sure to comment history.
The sun rises for our kingdom. Together, we shine.
Long live the king, the heart of the queens.
Say it with me. Black queens forever.
Black